clearly much better at the plate and continuing to get better. You know, I get here every day 4 or 5 hours before the game. It seems like almost every day he's out in the batting cage on the field working extra.
All right, Jess, thank you so much for your time. I have to tell you, I've been to Petco Park many times. I was there first year. I was there back in 2019 as well. But this past weekend, when Ha성kim hit that home run against the Reds, that place was rocking. You're in the building. Can you tell us how loud it was?
So this is my 8th season with the Padres. So that's, 800, 900, almost 1,000 games, I guess, that I've been to here personally. I don't know that I've ever heard it that loud. Kim has very quickly developed into something of not only a teammate favorite, but a fan favorite here in San Diego. And when he hit that home run, as you said, this place was about as electric as anyone's ever heard it, I think. Certainly for a Padre game.
I'm looking at Hasung's number right now. Doesn't look anything spectacular. Still batting in the low 200s right now, 5 home runs. But having said that, just like you mentioned, it seems as though the Padres fans are really behind him. Can you tell us why that is?
That's a really good question. And first of all, I think with the numbers, one thing that's important to mention is that he is clearly getting better. And I think the numbers are indicative of that. But even putting the numbers aside, just watching basically every at-bat he's taken throughout spring training, into the early parts of the regular season, and now into the month of June, clearly much better at the plate and continuing to get better. You know, I get here every day 4 or 5 hours before the game. It seems like almost every day he's out in the batting cage on the field working extra, taking extra cuts, working against velocity that he's going to see in these games. So he's working very hard, and I think the results are there, and I think he's only going to continue to see those numbers go up. But as far as being a fan favorite, I think for one, there's just sort of an appreciation for the transition that he's making culturally, yes, but from a baseball standpoint as well. He's always smiling. He seems like he has a great personality. I think even with the language barrier, the fans are getting a sense of what kind of guy he is, and they see the love that the teammates give to Ha-Seong Kim. I think the fans here, sort of recognize the way Manny Machado has taken Kim under his wings, the way Blake Snell has taken him under his wing, and that really just adds to it.
And the home run last night against Clayton Kershaw. As we watch the broadcast here in Korea, we hear the chant beat LA inside the Petco Park. Can you tell us how significant that home run was against one of the best pitchers of all time, Kershaw? 0-2 count. His signature breaking ball came in and he just parked it outside. I mean, from your perspective, were you surprised by the home run?
I've learned to not be surprised by anything. You look back to that last series against the Reds, which you mentioned. Kim had the big home run on Saturday. Victor Caratini had the walk-off home run on Thursday. So you never know who it's going to be on a really good team. It's a different guy every night. And for the Padres, that has certainly been the case as of late. They're not just leaning on Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado and guys like that. And now for the second time in just a few days, Ha-Seong Kim comes up with the big hit. That home run against Kershaw won the game for the Padres. They end up winning 3-2. That was the third run that the Padres got. And not only that, it was a pinch hit home run the day after he had left the game with what looked like it might be a broken finger. But thankfully, the finger was okay. The swelling was down enough that he was able to take an at-bat in that game against Kershaw, and he comes through in the biggest way imaginable. It was very special. You mentioned the beat LA chants. Obviously, that's a big deal here, and all the expectations with the Padres and the Dodgers this season. But when Kim hit his home run on Saturday night against the Reds, prior to that swing, they were chanting, "Let's go Kim, let's go Kim" here at Petco Park. And for him to come through in that moment, it still kind of gives me chills just thinking about it now a few days later.
By the way, I'm a Kim as well, so I was really happy to hear that chant. Let's go Kim. There's no right answer to this question, but which home run do you think was better? One of against over the weekend against the Reds, or the one that he hit last night?
That's a really good question, and I don't know that I have an answer. I can certainly make the argument for either home run because obviously they were both critical. They were both game winners. The one against the Reds helped the Padres secure that series win. The one against the Dodgers helped the Padres secure that series win. But maybe a slight edge to the Dodgers, the added drama of it being a pinch hit home run, the added drama of it being against Clayton Kershaw. But of course, the home run against the Reds came in the bottom of the 8th inning in a tie game. So they were both absolutely huge. Two of the biggest hits the Padres have had all season long.
Tatis Jr., he's having some shoulder issues. He had that COVID IL stint earlier in the season. How important was Padres to have someone like Kim be ready to step in, whether it's second base or shortstop or third base? How important is is the depth that he's providing for Team Clip.
I think critically important, you know, and more for the glove maybe than the bat, although again the bat is really coming alive now. But he has provided not just steady but at times spectacular defense all over the infield. Like you said, he's played shortstop for Tatis. Padres are trying to get Manny Machado regular off days at this point in the season to make sure that he's fresh for a stretch run that they hope and expect, you know, goes deep into October. So Kim has gotten time at third base and then at second base as well. He plays really, really beautiful defense no matter where he goes. He seems to make every play, the routine, the spectacular, and everything in between. So he has been a very big part of the success that the Padres have had this year for a lot of different reasons.
What's the expectation like for this team in San Diego? I mean, the fans are just, like I said before, I thought I was watching a World Series Game 7 over the weekend, and that atmosphere looked really, really great. But I'm assuming that the atmosphere is going off the roof right now. Can you tell us how things are in San Diego when it comes to Padres?
Yeah, I don't know that Petco Park has ever been this loud for Padre games before. You know, we've had World Baseball Classic here, and certainly, you know, there's been huge crowds for that and great excitement and great entertainment. But in terms of a Padre game, certainly in the regular season, I can't imagine it's ever been this loud. I said to somebody the other day, I don't understand how it could get even louder when we get to October this year. I expect that it will be louder in October this year. That's obviously the hope. But I mean, I just have a hard time imagining how it could be any louder than what we've heard both over the weekend against the Reds and in these first couple of games against the Dodgers. Remember, these are the first now 6 games that the Padres have played here since the ballpark has been open to full capacity, and it's been pretty much completely jam-packed every single night so far.
One last question. Going forward, do you think that Kim would have a expanded role, or do you think he would probably, you know, stay the course right now?
It's an interesting question, and I think for right now, you know, the role will be dictated by other guys. And what I mean by that is if, you know, they need a day off for somebody else on the infield, he'll get in there. But if he continues to improve offensively, I don't think there's any doubt that, you know, opportunity will be there for Ha-Seong Kim. When you look at his KBO numbers, when you get a sense of what his ceiling might be offensively, if he's doing stuff like that, he'll be on the field. It'll be a matter of the Padres getting creative and maybe picking their spots to get him out there. But one thing we all know about baseball is that those opportunities always seem to come up. And, you know, I don't know that anybody anticipated Kim playing as much as he has so far this year. That's the nature of the game. Injuries happen. And it's great to have a guy like that to be ready to step in when they do.
All right, Jess, thank you so much for your time. I know that you've got a game to call later today, and appreciate your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure, Daniel.